Do you want a cleaner home and a cleaner planet? For many women over 60, decluttering isn't just about tidying up, it's about wrestling with guilt. You hold a blouse you haven't worn in 15 years or a box of knickknacks from past holidays, and your heart whispers, "But if I throw this away, won't it just add to the landfill? Am I being wasteful?" This inner conflict is real. On one hand, you crave peace, order, and breathing space in your home. On the other, you don't want to leave behind a bigger mess for the world your children and grandchildren will inherit. But here's the truth, decluttering doesn't have to mean waste. Done the right way, it can bring double peace, calm in your home, and care for the earth. Today, I'll share 7 simple, eco-friendly decluttering secrets older women are already using in 2025 to free their space without guilt and live lighter in harmony with the planet. Let me tell you about Margaret, a graceful 68-year-old woman I once spoke to. She had lived in the same home for decades, and when she finally decided to declutter, she filled 4 giant trash bags with clothes, papers, and little household items. She looked at them sitting by the door and felt paralyzed, not because she wanted to keep them, but because she imagined those bags sitting in a landfill for decades to come. The thought of it made her feel guilty, even ashamed. And maybe you felt the same. That heavy pause before letting go. That question that tugs at your heart, am I helping my home, but hurting the planet? Here's what research tells us. Sustainable decluttering doesn't just tidy up your space, it actively reduces waste, lowers your carbon footprint, and encourages mindful living. Scientists even say that clutter itself weighs on our mental health, raising cortisol, stealing focus, and disrupting our peace. But when we declutter with eco-conscious choices, the release is deeper. We're not only caring for ourselves, we're leaving a legacy of responsibility for the generations who come after us. So if you've ever hesitated because you didn't want to feel wasteful, this video will give you a new perspective. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore 7 practical and powerful eco-friendly decluttering tips that women over 60 are already embracing. From donating with intention, to recycling the right way, to even decluttering your digital life, you'll see that letting go can be light, guilt-free, and even joyful. And I want you to reflect as we go through each tip. Which one will you try first? Keep that thought in your mind, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to begin. Tip number 1. Donate with intention. When most people hear declutter, they imagine giant black trash bags being dragged to the curb. But eco-friendly decluttering begins with a different mindset. Don't throw, redirect. Let me tell you about Eleanor, a 72-year-old woman who faced a closet overflowing with coats she hadn't worn in decades. At first, she thought, well, I'll just give them to any charity bin I find. But then she paused. Where would those coats really go? Would they truly help someone? Or end up in a warehouse, or worse, another landfill overseas? Instead, Eleanor decided to donate with intention. She reached out to a local women's shelter and asked, "Do you need winter coats?" The response she received was overwhelming gratitude. A few weeks later, when she volunteered at the shelter, she saw a young mother wearing her old coat, holding her child close inside it. Eleanor said that in that moment, decluttering didn't feel like loss, it felt like love passed forward. This is what intentional donation means. Instead of blindly dropping off bags, you make the effort to find the right place. Maybe it's a women's shelter, a refugee center, or even a school program. Your items don't just disappear. They transform into blessings for someone in real need. And here's the science behind why this matters. Researchers have found that altruism, giving to others, literally lights up the brain's reward pathways. That means donating intentionally not only saves the planet by reducing waste, it also gives you a burst of joy, a sense of purpose, and even improved well-being. So next time you're letting go of clothes, books, or even kitchen items, pause and ask yourself, who could truly use this right now? That question turns decluttering into an act of care, not waste. And before we move on, if this tip resonates with you, I'd like to ask, have you subscribed yet? If not, I want to gently challenge you. You're finding value here, but if you don't hit that subscribe button, you're treating this wisdom like clutter, here for a moment, gone tomorrow. Subscribe now, so this journey stays with you. Tip number 2, repurpose before you release. Sometimes, the most eco-friendly way to declutter isn't letting go, It's giving your items a second life. Take Margaret, for example. At 68, she felt guilty about throwing away her worn-out bed linens. They weren't good enough to donate, but it pained her to send them to the trash. Then a friend suggested cutting them into smaller squares and turning them into cleaning cloths. Suddenly, what felt like waste became useful again. She said every time she dusted her shelves, she felt a small spark of pride. She had reduced waste and saved money on buying cleaning rags. And it's not just linens. Old jars can become containers for buttons, screws, or even herbs. Worn-out baskets can be cleaned and used as organizers inside closets. Even old t-shirts can be cut and transformed into reusable grocery bags. These small shifts may seem insignificant, but they add up to something powerful. Less trash in landfills, more life in your home. Here's what's fascinating. Studies on sustainability show that creative reuse increases our sense of resourcefulness and reduces what's called throwaway culture. Instead of feeling guilty when decluttering, you'll feel empowered. It turns clutter into a creative project, not a burden. So next time you hold an item and think, I can't donate this, but I don't want to waste it, pause and ask, can I repurpose this in a small, simple way? You'll be surprised at how much peace that decision can bring. And let me pause here with a quick but important ask. If this message resonates, give this video a like. It may seem like a small gesture, but just like repurposing, small acts add up. Liking this video tells YouTube, this message matters, and it helps more senior ladies find eco-friendly declutter tips. So, don't hold back. Tap that like button now. Tip number 3. Sell or swap in your community. Decluttering doesn't always mean giving things away or throwing things out. Sometimes, it means letting items circulate back into your community where they're truly needed and appreciated. Take Eleanor, a 72-year-old grandmother. Her closets were filled with handbags and scarves she hadn't touched in years. They were too nice to toss, and she worried they'd go unused in a donation pile. So she organized a small neighborhood swap meet. Each woman brought items they no longer needed: clothes, kitchen gadgets, even books. Eleanor traded 2 handbags for a set of gardening tools she'd been wanting for years. She walked away with less clutter and more joy, plus she said the real treasure was the laughter and connection she felt that day. This is the power of selling or swapping. You're not just decluttering, you're building bonds. Whether it's at a church bazaar, a community center, or through local online groups like Buy Nothing, Facebook Marketplace, or senior swap circles, your unused items get a new life while reducing waste. And here's the eco-link that many don't realize. Every item swapped or resold is one less product manufactured, shipped, and packaged. That's a direct cut in pollution, landfill waste, and energy use. In a world drowning in overproduction, your simple act of swapping protects the planet. So, the next time you pick up that old vase, coat, or blender you never use, ask yourself, could someone else love this right now? If the answer is yes, then it doesn't belong hidden in your cupboard, it belongs back in the world, serving someone else. And let me pause with this thought. If this story sparked an idea for you, go ahead and subscribe. Because if you keep watching without subscribing, you're actually cluttering your own YouTube experience, missing out on videos that could make your home and life lighter. Don't let this wisdom pass you by. Click that subscribe button now. Tip number 4. Recycle the right way. Here's a truth many of us overlook. Not everything we toss into the recycling bin actually gets recycled. Shocking, right? Many well-meaning women carefully bag up items, drop them in the blue bin, and feel relieved, only to find out that half of it still ends up in the landfill. Why? Because not all materials are accepted, and some require special recycling methods. Take Margaret, a 68-year-old who was cleaning out her garage. She had boxes of old batteries, expired electronics, and even a broken microwave. For years, she kept them because she didn't want to just throw them out. Finally, she discovered her local recycling center accepted e-waste once a month. She drove over, dropped everything off, and said it was like lifting a weight off her chest. Not only was her space freed, but she knew she had done the right thing for the environment. Recycling the right way means being intentional. Textiles. Worn-out clothing can often be recycled into rags or insulation materials. Electronics. Phones, laptops, and appliances contain metals that can be reused, but only if taken to special centers. Glass and plastics. Not every type is recyclable. Check your local guidelines. Batteries and light bulbs. Many hardware stores offer drop-off bins for these. Here's the emotional pull. Every time you recycle correctly, you're protecting your grandchildren's tomorrow. Instead of polluting oceans or filling landfills, you're putting resources back into the cycle, reducing the strain on our planet. So the next time you're about to toss an old charger, sweater, or jar, pause. Ask yourself, am I recycling this the right way, or am I just hoping someone else will figure it out? And before I move to the next tip, if this moment spoke to you, I want you to like this video right now. Don't just watch passively. Your like tells YouTube to share this message with more women like you who want to declutter without hurting the earth. So, go ahead, click that like button, and let's keep spreading the care. Tip number 5. Choose quality over quantity. Here's something powerful to remember. Every single item we bring into our homes is either tomorrow's treasure or tomorrow's clutter. Many older women tell me, I don't want to keep buying junk, but I also don't want to waste money. And that's exactly why choosing quality over quantity is one of the most eco-friendly declutter secrets you can embrace. Let me share a story. Eleanor, 72, once had 3 closets filled with fast fashion clothes. Tops that shrank after 2 washes, shoes that wore out in a season, handbags that barely lasted a year. She confessed she never truly felt satisfied, because new clutter kept sneaking in under the disguise of cheap bargains. One day, she decided to shift her mindset. Instead of buying 5 inexpensive blouses, she invested in 2 timeless, well-made pieces that could last for years. She told me, I don't just own clothes now, I own peace of mind. Science backs this up. Researchers say that consumerism, the endless cycle of buying more, feeds not just clutter, but waste. Cheap items wear out quicker, get discarded faster, and pile up in landfills. But quality items, cared for well, last longer and save you from the revolving door of shopping and decluttering. Think about your own home. Would you rather have 20 mugs cluttering your cabinet, or 3 sturdy, elegant ones you love to use every day? Is it better to have 5 pairs of shoes you barely wear, or 2 pairs that are comfortable, durable, and timeless? Do you really need shelves stuffed with knickknacks, or a few pieces that bring real joy and calm to your space? This is not about deprivation, it's about liberation. When you choose quality over quantity, you break free from clutter at the source. Your future self won't have to toss, sort, or feel guilty because you've chosen wisely today. And here's the gentle but firm reminder. Clutter doesn't start when you buy something. It starts when you decide what kind of things deserve to enter your home in the first place. If this truth made you pause, I want you to subscribe right now. Think about it. If you keep watching without subscribing, aren't you doing the same thing with your digital space that you do with your home? Holding on to clutter, but not choosing intentionally. Don't let this moment slip away. Click subscribe, and let's continue this journey together. Tip number 6. Green gifting forward. One of the hardest parts of decluttering is the guilt. You look at a perfectly good vase, or a necklace you never wear, or even a small kitchen appliance still in its box, and think, what a waste to just let this go. That guilt can keep us stuck, holding on to things that no longer serve us. But here's the secret. Your clutter could be someone else's blessing. This is what I call green gifting forward. Instead of buying more, or hoarding what you don't need, you turn your unused items into gifts that carry not just value, but meaning. Let me tell you about Margaret, 68. She had a chest full of jewelry she rarely touched, most of it gifted to her decades ago. They sat there, unworn, gathering dust, but heavy with guilt. One day, she decided to wrap a few of those pieces in cloth and gift them to her granddaughters. Not only did she free her drawers, but she gave her granddaughters something money can't buy, a piece of family history. Margaret said, "The look in their eyes was worth more than any space that jewelry took up in my home." It doesn't have to be jewelry, it can be anything. An unused teapot, a handbag in great condition, even books you loved once but won't read again. By gifting these items forward, you're giving them a second life, sparing someone else from buying new, and lightening your own load. And you can make the act eco-friendly, too. Wrap gifts in reusable fabric or scarves instead of disposable paper. Pair the gift with a note explaining its story. It turns a used item into a cherished heirloom. Share items with friends, neighbors, or local buy-nothing groups. Your clutter could be their treasure. When you gift forward, you don't just declutter, you spread joy, love, and sustainability. Instead of your belongings fading away in a landfill, they live on, building new memories in someone else's hands. And before we move on, I have to ask you this. If these stories are touching your heart, why haven't you liked this video yet? Think of it as your way of gifting forward. Your like helps this message reach another woman who might be drowning in clutter and guilt, just like you once were. Click that thumbs up now. It matters more than you think. Tip number 7. Digital decluttering for the planet. When most people think of clutter, they think of closets, attics, or piles of papers. But there's another type of clutter quietly weighing us down, the digital kind. And here's the surprising truth. Even though you can't see it, digital clutter impacts both your peace of mind and the planet. Every unread email, every forgotten file on your computer, every blurry photo sitting in the cloud, it all takes up storage space. And that storage doesn't come free. Data centers, the huge buildings that store all our emails, photos, and files, require massive amounts of energy to keep running. Scientists estimate that digital storage contributes to carbon emissions, just like cars and factories do. So yes, keeping those 50,000 old emails is not only stressing you out, it's quietly harming the planet, too. Let me tell you about Ruth, 72. She had 3 email accounts filled with messages, some dating back 15 years. Thousands upon thousands of unread emails. Every time she opened her inbox, she felt exhausted, even if she didn't click a single message. One day, she decided to take 10 minutes a day to delete old newsletters, expired offers, and outdated notes. Within weeks, she had deleted over 20,000 emails. And do you know what she told me? It felt like I lost weight. Like a heaviness I didn't even know I was carrying had finally lifted. That's the power of digital decluttering. It gives you mental space, emotional relief, and yes, it helps reduce the energy wasted on storing what you'll never use again. Here's how to begin. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Delete emails, duplicate photos, or old downloads. Unsubscribe from newsletters you never read, they're clutter before they even arrive. Organize your memories. Choose the best photos, back them up safely, and delete the rest. You don't have to do it all in one day. Little by little, you'll notice the difference. And here's the best part, every time you hit delete, you're choosing peace for yourself and giving a tiny gift back to the earth. Before we close, I want you to pause and ask yourself, have you subscribed yet? If you've listened this far, it means this message resonates with you. Don't let it slip away like another unread email in your inbox. Hit subscribe now. Be part of this community of women who are not just decluttering their homes, but leaving a cleaner, kinder legacy for the world. Take a deep breath and look around your home for a moment. Every drawer, every corner, every shelf tells a story. And today, you've learned something powerful. Decluttering doesn't have to feel wasteful. It can be a gift. A gift to your future self, to your family, and even to this beautiful planet we're borrowing for the generations to come. We've talked about donating with intention, repurposing with love, swapping and selling in your community, recycling the right way, choosing quality over quantity, gifting forward, and yes, even decluttering the unseen world of digital clutter. Each of these tips is a small step, but together, they create something much bigger. A life of peace, clarity, and responsibility. Because here's the truth, when your home is lighter, your heart is lighter. And when you choose eco-friendly decluttering, you're not just creating peace in your home, you're planting seeds of peace for tomorrow's world. Imagine your children or grandchildren walking into the spaces you've created. Calm, intentional, and filled with only what matters most. That's the legacy you leave. So here's my heartfelt question. If you found even one tip today that touched you, why keep this journey to yourself? Why stay silent when your story, your choices, could inspire another woman just like you to begin? Don't carry that guilt clutter of hesitation. Hit subscribe, share this video, and be part of this growing circle of women who are saying yes to clarity, to peace, and to protecting our planet, one choice at a time. Because in the end, decluttering isn't about losing, it's about gaining. Gaining space, gaining peace, gaining freedom. And when you do it the eco-friendly way, you gain something even more precious, the knowledge that you're leaving this world a little better than you found it.